So I'm here in the Uptown gallery with Jillian McManemin and Neidermeyer. Hi and welcome. And I'm very, very excited about a very special event, a theatrical event happening at the San Severia Carnival tent on August 24th as part of the Kingston Festival of the Arts. And it is a play, an original play called Dear Johnny by the Honeymoon Heart Revival. Welcome. Tell us a little bit about this Honeymoon Heart Revival and where that name came from.
Well, Anna and I decided that we should work with one another, and we wanted to merge ourselves and make a collaborative team name. And so we thought a lot about the name.
Yeah, I think, me and Jill met in art school, and we studied sculpture together.
Yeah.
So after school, so we had the same studio space when we were in college, and we'd work and critique and part of a small community. And then when we graduated school, we both sort of went our separate ways for a little while, and came back together last fall with the idea that if we started collaborating on the types of projects we were interested in, which was like film, writing, installation, performance art, these things.
And bringing all those elements together.
And just started brainstorming together that it would be more fun and productive
And stronger.
Because
So we don't think that artists necessarily have to be islands anymore. That kind of communication.
No artist is an island unto him or herself, right?
Yeah, and I don't know if I buy that anymore. I think it takes like a community of people and friends, and even if you use them like as obviously as we do, or
Right.
if it's your friends that give you inspiration when you're having breakfast with them, the artists aren't alone, really, in my opinion. So that's where we decided to go from.
So, tell me a little bit about your piece, Dear Johnny. How did that form?
Well, it started where me and Jill had begun working together, but we were working separately, and Jill, who's a beautiful writer, was working on these performance pieces that is a whole series of Dear Johnny letters. And aside from that, and they're great, but aside from that, we had decided that we wanted to write it and produce and design a play together. So we were working on some different ideas and some different directions, and finally decided to scratch what we were doing and work off of one of the spoken word pieces that Jill had already written. And it was a Dear Johnny letter to this sort of devil of a man who sweeps this girl off her feet in this really dark Manhattan fairy tale, and it's the aftermath of what happens to her. That's what her letter is. And so what we decided from there was to expand the letter into 3 parts and create this big production that has this magical realism part of another character that is functioning in a different realm, but kind of conjuring these desires, emotion, the destruction of the character, the seduction and destruction.
We took this other character, and the transformation of a spoken word piece into a play was the personification of a possible demon that could be driving the whole scenario.
And I think that goes back to what we were talking about with the Honeymoon Heart Revival, is that this indulging in that dark emotional space where people lose their sensibility and it seems
All inhibitions.
frivolous and careless and destructive, but everyone experiences this type of erratic emotional pain at one time or another. And so we talked a lot about reveling in that, examining it and blowing it up into this magical space where it
It's
becomes
not something to be discarded.
It becomes this over the top, and that's where the demon comes in. That's where the drama comes in, and kind of because it's something that's very human, and that's very interesting to us.
Now, I know, Jillian, you've had the opportunity of checking out the San Severia Belgian, what should we call it, waffle tent, which somehow
Yes.
magically appeared on Broadway. It appeared there one night,
It's
you
like
know.
a
Really?
hallucination.
Sort of like so a hallucination or a TARDIS maybe.
It's perfect for Dear Johnny. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even tell you. It's like going there and just looking at it, it's like that unrealistic, but it's real.
It's
cool.
real. It is actually a almost 200-year-old modular structure, a carnival tent, if you like, which travelled around the fairgrounds of Belgium. It was used for dances and restaurants and all sorts of performances and other things beside. I have heard. Many other fascinating uses over almost 2 centuries, and I know that when I go in there, I can really feel that history. It's like the mirrors there have seen a lot.
They have. I like that sense of history a lot.
And I think you know, and I just get the sense that what you're talking about, this immersion in mysticism, and will really fit in there so well.
I mean,
you know.
I've only seen pictures, but when
Yeah.
Jill told me about you and told me about the space, I was so excited. I mean, it's like I died. It's perfect for what we're trying to do, which is definitely, it's a simple play. It's got kind of like a cabaret vibe, and it tells this dark story of sex and romance and pain and glory, and so that kind of just, it seemed like the place, San Severia, would be a perfect venue, right?
It's a world to itself.
Right.
Well, thank you so much
Thank you so much.
for coming to the Uptown Gallery
Yeah, it's great.
in Uptown, Kingston, and speaking with me today. I'm Kerry Henderson. I'm putting on the Kingston Festival of the Arts next week, August 24th, Saturday. This is Jillian and Anna, and I'm so excited about your performance of Dear Johnny at 9:30 p.m. at San Severia. And so check out the details on the web at kingstonfestival.org, and I look forward to seeing you all at the Kingston Festival on Saturday. Thank you.